Funding for this series has been provided in part by the following. Horten Municipality. 62 degrees Nord. Kavaroy Arctic. Up Norway.
And when we eat tongue, then we always cut this end off.
Okay.
And this top off, because if you eat the top, then you tell a lot of lies.
Okay, but I've eaten quite a few of the tip of the tongue, so I'm probably full of... Yeah, okay. Well, let's have a taste. Hi and welcome to New Scandinavian Cooking, this time from Kappfjellet in Nordland, northern Norway. My name is Christer Rødseth. It's the beginning of October and late fall here in the north. We are deep inside the southern Sami area. The reindeer still roam freely in the high mountains at Bergfjell, towards the Swedish border. But it's soon time to herd them down from the mountain and towards the coast. One of the best northern Norwegian ingredients is clearly reindeer meat. And there will be several dishes in today's program. I'll cook over an open fire and prepare reindeer entrecote, a boneless ribeye steak. And there will be waffles with berries from the mountain and caramel sauce.
Det ser kjempebra ut.
I will also prepare fresh mountain trout served with pan-fried onions, cauliflower and chanterelles, all topped with delicious local berries. And as a final touch for today's menu, I'll put a Norwegian spin on the classic taco. The Sami family Sparrow will help me find my way in this spectacular mountain setting, and they will serve me some real Sami food. I'm looking so much forward to taste a true northern diet. The reindeers feed on a diverse variety of shrubs, herbs and mushrooms that grow in the highlands, resulting in meat of superb quality. In northern Scandinavia, the reindeer are allowed to roam freely, and this way of keeping and raising reindeer is a very sustainable food production. Well, guys, as promised, I'm cooking on open fire, and it's time to make the ribeye of reindeer with some potatoes, tomatoes, garlic, rosemary, and for dessert, as you always need, it's going to be a sour cream waffle with cloudberries, caramel, some coffee, and I think this is going to be the best meal I've made outside in my life. So, nice and warm, and as well for the vegetables. So, potatoes is already sliced in two. I'm going to cut tomatoes as well, like that. Just slice them in two. Use some garlic, press it down like this. I'm going to actually use 2 cloves. Drop the 2 pieces of garlic in, potatoes in, tomatoes in. Oh, listen to the sounds, beautiful. And as well, rosemary. This is going to give a lovely seasoning with the rosemary to the vegetables. And of course, we need to take up our main ingredient, which is the ribeye of reindeer. So I just brought a couple of slices for me and Ina Therese. Now look at these beauties. This is so tender and lovely meat. We need as well, of course, some salt and pepper, which I've also brought. We'll put some of the vegetables as well. Salt. And now just take some oil into your pan, nice and warm, and just put the meats in the pan. Some more salt on top, a bit more pepper. And now we're just going to leave this cooking to get this like nice caramelized, beautiful meat. In here you can see the vegetables are going, and the tomatoes and the potatoes actually, don't be afraid to give it a lot of heat. The tomatoes, you can almost get them black, because then it's gonna like pop, and it's going to become a beautiful sauce with the whole dish in the end. Look at this. It's something really special about cooking outside, because you get the smells from nature, from the campfire, from the meats, from everything. I love it. It's the best thing in the world. So what's different with open campfire like this comparing to like a stove? You have to follow the heat in the fire, and now it's really, really burning out beneath the meat, and you can have a look now and get this lovely, look at this, caramelized, beautiful meat. So now we're just gonna leave this to cook for 1-2 more minutes on the other side, and in a few minutes, I'm pretty sure we made one of the top 10 dishes made on this spot in history, hopefully. We'll see. Just gonna bring 1 piece of garlic into the meat to get some more flavor into it. And this is almost ready to take off to rest for a few minutes. And now while this is resting, we're gonna make something of the most beautiful things I know in the world. We're gonna make waffles on open fire with clabberries, caramel, coffee. It's gonna be amazing, I'm sure. So the iron is now nice and hot. I'm just gonna take it off and separate it like this. And of course, I brought some butter so we make sure the waffles don't stick into the iron. So just take a small spoon in each heart like this. So yeah, this is it's not the most healthy ones, but they are really, really good. A nice trick to bring your waffle batter into the forest is using a milk carton like this. Pour the mix into each heart like this, and this is made with sour cream, vanilla, fresh vanilla, not like vanilla sugar. And we're just gonna stick it back on like that, and we're just gonna keep it open for a minute, so just to set in the bottom, and then we're gonna put it down and we're gonna flip it and leave it to cook maybe for 1 or 2 minutes, and it's gonna be magic. I can promise you, magic. Now, just put the lid on and leave it like that, and just quickly turn around. There's no way to make waffles in a better way than this. So it's time to take it off. Just taking off the top part, flipping straight into a plate. Look at that. Look at the grease, look at the love. Okay, it's a bit black, doesn't matter, just take it off, because this is amazing, I can promise you. So let's finish off our lovely ribeye, our lovely garnish, and bring Ina Therese in to see what she feels about my cooking. Hopefully she likes it. So you're just gonna get the pan back on, get it nice and hot, the vegetables back on as well, keep it nice and hot. And now I've made a butter with rosemary and garlic to make almost like a sauce with the you can see here all the lovely juices from before from the meat, which is going to become an incredible sauce, I can promise you. The vegetables are starting to warm up. So we'll just get a nice couple of spoons of butter into the pan and get that melting. And we're going to put the meat back in and reheat. And the butter is just going to get almost brownish caramelized. And it's going to become a beautiful sauce with the lovely vegetables and the meat. So the meat is finished now. And now it's time to make the creation and hopefully impress Ina Therese afterwards. And you can see now the vegetables, since the tomatoes are crushed, beautiful. I'm just going to get my cutting board back in and slice it into thin slices into the vegetables. Amazing. And since I'm not in my kitchen, in my restaurant, even though I would like to have some garnish on top, so of course I'm going to use this lovely butter. Just pour it on, giving a nice little heat to the meat. And as well, I got some lingonberries here. So why not just use them to get some nice color on. And now look at this. You have reindeer ribeye with lovely potatoes, tomatoes. You've got garlic, rosemary, lots of butter and lots of love. So let's see what Ina Therese thinks. Ina Therese! So I'm just gonna garnish this. Hopefully you like it. I feel the pressure now. It's nothing wrong with the reindeer, I know that. Hopefully I'm a capable chef to cook this lovely meat.
It looks very nice.
Oh, very good, thank you. Just dig in. Wow. That's great meat.
Mm.
Jeez.
Very good.
This is so nice. And
Reindeer meat is always good.
yeah.
And especially my reindeer meat.
Of course, they're the best. So how do you know where you can find the reindeers at all time?
I know where the reindeers are, but if I want to see some of them, and then I can better just pick up my phone and look at an app
Wow.
where I can see them on the app because they have GPS around their neck.
That's insane.
So
It's like parents keeping track on their kids.
no,
A bit sick, but I can understand why.
yes, and it feels safe that I can see where
of
some
course.
of them are.
Well, now, you just keep on eating. I'm going to start preparing dessert for you. I think you've deserted. Since you like my food, I'm going to make you dessert as well. So now this is my favorite way to make coffee. It's called V60, hot water. Do you like strong coffee, yeah?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Well, back to your dessert. I made sour cream waffles
Okay.
on the campfire, and I brought some nice ingredients in my bag. I got my caramel sauce, of course. Never make a dessert without caramel sauce. Okay, never. I got some nice clabberries. I got chocolate. And as well, I have got my grind with, it's actually sugar and coffee in it.
Oi.
Yeah?
Wow.
I'm starting off with some clabberries. Just going to continue with the caramel sauce and just have to stir it quickly because it's lots of butter in it. And just going to have quite a bit on that on top as well. And to finish off, I'm just going to have some chocolate on. So just use my microplane and just... Now look at this. It's greasy, it's nice. And there's two, so the top one is for you. I'm going to make the other one for myself, okay? Enjoy. And of course, I'm going to give you some coffee. How is it? Good?
Very good.
With enough caramel sauce, everything's good. For recipes and more, visit our website, newscancook.com. So good. And the caramel's dripping, the fat is dripping. That's a good sign. Enough laziness. It's time to see where the reindeer actually live. So we can bring this waffle along and have a walk and go see where they are. The stunning landscape of this entire region is defined by centuries of reindeer herding, which has made sustainable food production feasible in an area where it otherwise would have been challenging. Additionally, this practice also helps to preserve the culture of the region and the traditions of the Sami people, but they also use new techniques to control their herd of reindeers. Look at this, oh, and the drone as well is following after the flock. So this is like a modern way of raining, herding, I guess. Wow. So this is where you have your reindeer, yeah?
Yeah, this area, Kappia, Kappfjäll.
Kappfjäll. So how long have your families been working with the reindeer in this area?
Over 100 years.
Wow. And now you are in charge, and you are, how old are you?
I am 25 years old.
25, and you're in charge of lots of reindeer. I can't ask you how many you got, I know that. But lots of reindeers, I know. So behind us now is beautiful landscape and scenery. What's this?
This is Børgefjell National Park.
But you're a young woman, I'd say, but you have got two knives, which is a bit scary. What's the difference between these two?
Yeah, one is a worker knife that I use on daily basis. And the other one is a reindeer calf marking knife. On summer, I mark my calf with ear marks in the air, and then I use this knife. I have got it from my family.
It's an old mark.
Yeah, old mark that follows the family.
Okay.
So my mark have been in this area for many 100 years.
Well, this has been lovely. The weather is a bit windy, so we can probably go back down again. Yeah, let's go. Børgefjell National Park has stunning, unspoiled nature, though it's not recommended for inexperienced hikers as the terrain can be challenging. Nevertheless, a trip to the park promises a fantastic nature experience. Ina, Therese, and her boyfriend Ante have invited me to join them on a trip to Majavatn. What do you say about fresh mountain trout?
Det ska bli spännande att se om vi får någon fisk idag.
This lake is a well-known fishing spot in the area with over 30 miles of shoreline at an elevation of 1,000 feet above sea level. We are on the hunt for the markers that indicate the location of the fish nets. How exciting!
Ja. Ikke i det her, nei.
Ta det sammen. Ja.
Look at this! So, this is the famous mountain trout. 12 of these in one fish net. Quite amazing. And we have more nets, so let's go. Woo! This, my friends, is today's catch. So, it seems like I'm a fisherman after all. Look at this beauty here. Amazing. And now the time has come to make some lunch for myself. It's gonna be some fried mountain trout with cauliflower, small onions, sour cream, and some mustard, and sea buckthorn. So I hope you're ready. I'm gonna start off with these onions, small, lovely Norwegian onions. Just cutting them in four. You can as well keep them whole and just caramelize them slowly, but I'm really hungry, so I'm not gonna spend time on waiting. I'm just gonna get everything really, really quickly done. With these onions, it's so beautiful to have some cauliflower. You know, caramelized cauliflower with onions, it's the best combination. So sweet and beautiful. And I'm gonna use some greens as well, because the greens is quite good actually. Just get them a bit smaller in pieces, straight into the pan with the rest. Some salt on, some pepper. And it's time to move on to the fish. I'm just gonna slice the skin carefully like this. That will help the heat to come into the fish, and as well gonna help me get it nice and crispy. And now we just have a tiny look back in this. You can see getting this caramelized color on it, which is exactly what we want. So just gonna have a small piece of butter in this pan with the vegetables, just like a small piece like this. This is gonna now stand by itself and just caramelize. Make sure you just give it a toss even once in a while to make sure it doesn't caramelize only once in one place. So now you can see my pan is smoking hot, so in with some oil, some salt on the fish, and just put it in and make sure it's always in the oil, because the oil will almost like deep fry the skin and make it super crispy. And you can hear the sound now as well. You can hear it's popping, the skin is popping, which is exactly what we want. Some more salt on. So you can see now as well in the pan, the butter is starting slowly to get brown, and it's gonna help the vegetables get caramelized, beautiful and amazing for the end product with sour cream and as well mustard. So now the fish, you can see, is still popping, but the popping is quiet down a bit. So now I'm gonna turn around. Look at that. Super, 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 super crispy. Beautiful. Now it's time to get some butter in the pan. So just take a small piece for the fish as well. A few small pieces, actually. And now we're just gonna lift it up, because the pan is really, really hot. Make sure you lift it to get the butter browned and not burned. It's a big difference. And now we're just gonna put the fish like this for 1 second and take some of the butter in inside the fish so it cooks evenly all the way through. Look at this, super crispy. Fresh. So now it's time to take the fish out to rest, because you don't want it to be overcooked. So just keep it on a plate like this for a few minutes. While that's going, we're just going to finish off these vegetables. Now you can see they've got the color. It's the brown, beautiful color on the cauliflower. The onion is like almost like tiny bit caramelized. Beautiful. Sour cream, just a small spoon, and as well some mustard. And now just let this have a good time, just slowly cooking together and all the way through. The cauliflower can actually have some consistency, doesn't matter, it's nice with some crunch. But if you want, just leave it for a couple of more minutes and make sure it's cooked all the way through. So let's try to see if we can get the bones out of the fish. Personally, I don't really like eating fish with the bones in. I like to take them out before I eat, so I just can enjoy the meal without working anymore. And now I'm going to see if we can just try to remove the bones. Gently like this. Oh, yes, 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 yes. So just leave this to rest now. And now with this pan, with the butter from the fish, We're gonna add some beautiful chanterelles as well. Of course, local. And the butter is still nice and hot. Get it in and let it fry on really high heat, like that. Just a tiny bit of salt, not too much, because the salted butter is probably enough. Beautiful. While this is cooking, we're just gonna take a pinch of parsley and just chop down for our lovely caramelized vegetables in there. And the smell from the fried chanterelles is beautiful. Now it's actually time to finally plate this lovely dish with fish caught. I think it's probably like less than an hour ago that this fish actually swimed in the lake. So I don't think I've eaten any fresher lunch than this in my life. So now we're just gonna get this on the plate, nice and rustic, just like the way I love it. Get the heat up on the mushrooms. I'm gonna put the fish on top like this. Add this on top, like that. Beautiful. And as well, some walnuts. I love crunch, you know, consistency in food. It's muy importante. On top like that, and as well to get this acidity. It's like small berries of these called sea buckthorn. They're gonna give this beautiful acidic flavor. So don't eat everything in one spoon, because then it's gonna be too much. Make sure you spread it around in the dish while you eat. And to finish off, something I really love, and it's quite old-fashioned as well, but some parsley, like this, because it's gonna give it a small little color touch. Fresh mountain trout, cauliflower, small onions, sour cream, mustard, mushrooms, walnuts, sea buckthorn. Probably the best lunch in the world. Amazing. And with the view as well. So happy. For more inspiration, visit our website, newscancook.com. As a surprise, I've decided to serve my lovely hosts a Norwegian taco with some ingredients that are very familiar too. I made a spin on the traditional taco with reindeer meat and berries to have a full taste of the highlands. Hello.
Hey.
Well, this looks amazing.
Yes, this is traditional Sami food.
But this is untraditional Sami food.
Yeah, but that looks nice too.
Hopefully, we'll see. So what do we have here now?
Here I have reindeer tongue, reindeer back, reindeer blood food, lingonberries, and sour cream, butter, and syrup.
Yeah, cool.
And when we eat tongue, then we always cut this end off, and this top off, because if you eat the top, then you tell a lot of lies.
Okay, but I've eaten quite a few of the tip of the tongue, so I'm probably full of. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
but,
let's have a taste. And there you are.
Hello.
Hello.
This looks nice.
I think it looks nice. Okay, so I take this and you can take this. Start on this end and just work yourself in. So this is actually, it's blood pancakes with some salad of cabbage and some sprouts. You have as well some top sirloin of the reindeer with cumin and juniper. There's sour cream with some lingonberries. You have cloudberries, potato chips, and spring onions.
It's great.
Good. So how you eat this? You just take it and you...
You can take this and this knife and just take it out.
Don't forget to you have to put on some salt.
Okay, salt on.
We haven't salted it at all.
Okay.
So spread some salt. You decide yourself how much you want.
So this is actually really, really good. I haven't eaten this before, but I've had toast, like toasted bread and some red wine.
Oh,
maybe on the side, but this is pretty good. It's so interesting. I've never had any kind of this, especially this food, cooked in this way before. It's beautiful. I have to admit, as a chef, I was a bit skeptic to cooked, like boiled sirloin and tenderloin. It was actually not too bad. It's good. Oh, soup?
Yeah, We used to drink stock because these have a lot of vitamins, calcium, a lot of enzymes, and it's very, very healthy. Because long time ago the Samis didn't drink milk, but they survived because they drink a lot of stock.
Yeah.
So I think you should taste and drink.
Nice and salty.
Yeah.
It's been an amazing couple of days. Seeing the reindeers in the mountains and emptying the Majavatn for fish, and good job, by the way.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, and the food is amazing as well. Really, really good.
Glad you liked it.
For recipes and more, visit our website newscancook.com.
For more of the new Scandinavian cooking experience, visit our website and social media. Funding for this series has been provided in part by the following: Horten Municipality, 62 Degrees Nord, Kavaroy Arctic, Up Norway,